Russian assault troops threw a backpack full of TM-62 anti-tank guns into a bunker in the direction of Seversk and fled. The bunker was destroyed in one powerful explosion. In the Kherson direction, UAV operators of the 49th Army foiled an attempt by the 121st Brigade of the Ukrainian forces to rotate its personnel. Thanks to the precise work of FPV UAVs, the enemy's movement was detected in time and immediately stopped. Objective control of the FAB strike on the bridge over the Volkhya River connecting it to the Dnipropetrovsk region. The work of an airborne Special Forces reconnaissance team deep behind enemy lines. As a result of reconnaissance and sabotage actions, 2 soldiers were captured and valuable intelligence information was obtained that allowed the Russian troops to advance further.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
Drones of the 108th Gov DSP mercilessly shot down counterattackers in the Kamensky sector of the Zaporizhia direction. Oleksandro Kalinov direction. Received information from an allied unit that Vysushniki was moving on positions near Hrodivka. The Rubicon unit launched a series of attacks against the enemy infantry. The BC and another mobile vehicle filled with personnel of the armed forces of Ukraine were shot down by the FPV drone VT-40. The explosion of the BC was observed in the objective control frames. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that the Grad MLRS of the northern troops hit a UAV checkpoint, manpower, and armored vehicles of a military unit in the Kharkiv region. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Footage of the liberation of a village in Donetsk. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, the liberation of the settlement is of great strategic importance for the development of the Russian army offensive. The forces of the Talnakh concentrator fleet launched missile strikes on targets in the Sea of Japan during the July storm exercise.
Открыть крышки контейнера номер 3. Есть КП-2, Кернер.
Установи режим централизованный КП. Проверил связь.
Старт.
Donetsk Front. Objective control of the destruction of the KNP and communications unit using FAB 500 of the UMPK in Seversk. Kherson Front. Russian operators detected enemy manpower and air traffic controllers in the village of Yantarnoy. Soldiers were seen massing here. The coordinates were then transmitted to the Russian artillery, and the detected targets were destroyed. An ambush was set on a Ukrainian forces van in one direction of the Donetsk front. An operator from the 37th Independent Guards Motorized Rifle Brigade of the 37th Independent Guards Motorized Rifle Brigade of the Eastern Troop Group attacked an enemy transport vehicle by performing FPV at ground level. Objective control of the FAB attacks on the Ukrainian headquarters at the Interior Ministry building in Kherson yesterday. The evacuation bus was followed by Russian FPV. FPV UAV operators at the Ussuriski base destroy dozens of Ukrainian equipment every day in the Sumy region, disrupting their logistics, supply, and rotation on the front line. This is helping to deepen and expand the security zone near the Russian border. UAV operators of the Tula Guards Airborne Division destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces mortar in the Sumy region. They then destroyed a Baba Yaga helicopter drone in the air. A raid on Ukrainian armed forces positions in the Sumy region. Russian FPV drones spotted and shot down hiding infantry in dense trees. In addition, the soldiers' UAV control points, bunkers, electronic equipment, and ammunition depots were destroyed. In the morning in the Mezhova district of the Dnipropetrovsk region, the fiber-optic FPV UAV operator KVN blocked the evacuation of the Ukrainian armed forces, the defeat of the American BBM BAT-UMG armored group. Destruction of a US M109 155mm Howitzer as a result of an attack by a fiber-optic drone. It is worth noting the highly skilled control of the UAV operator. With nimble and agile maneuvers, he was able to expertly navigate through the trees. East of Pokrovsk, near the settlement of Tarasovka. The 33rd Motorized Rifle Regiment's assault and reconnaissance units fighting the Ukrainian armed forces on the approach to Tarasovka. In the records of Russian soldiers on the front line, it can be seen that the Ukrainian organized resistance and even tried, unsuccessfully, to evacuate armored vehicles to the rear for repairs. A Ukrainian tank on its way to support the evacuation team was subjected to successive FPV drone attacks while on the move. Another armored personnel carrier vehicle that came to rescue the tank crew did not escape Russian FPV drone attacks. Grad MLRS units continue to fire day and night. The crews of tanks and armored vehicles hid in nearby shelters and wooded areas after losing their vehicles. However, they could not escape from the sharp-sighted Russian drones. Another tank that came to the rescue of the crew hiding in the trees was scrapped as a result of drone attacks. Kostiantynivka direction. A pickup truck used by the infantry to move quickly was wrecked after being hit hard by a Russian FPV drone. A mortar position left in an open position was destroyed. A towed howitzer gun was found in the immediate vicinity of the mortar. The drone operator struck the howitzer hard. An armored vehicle carrying Ukrainian infantry was decelerated. Another mortar position was found camouflaged and destroyed. Two pickup trucks were found parked in the same direction. The vehicles were destroyed in turn. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. When the Ukrainian armed forces tried to advance in the direction of Goptarovka, they were stopped by Russian fiber optic drones. The Ukrainian armed forces attempted to move several assault groups with ATVs towards the Russian state border. However, Russian drone operators did not allow this and shot them down along with the ATVs. The operator of the reconnaissance UAV GV North announced the location of the radar station of the armed forces of Ukraine. The Northerners immediately lifted a Lancet barrage into the sky and struck a direct hit on the target. The number of manpower and equipment of the enemy in this direction was significantly reduced. Kharkiv region. UAV operators of the 336th Independent Guards Marine Brigade, together with units of the 5th Guards Combined Arms Army, destroyed a pickup truck north of Malinovka. Northwest of the village of Otradnoye, a UAV of the 37th Independent Guards Motorized Rifle Brigade uncovered a Max Pro. Max Pro was destroyed by a UAV strike team of the 14th Independent Guards Special Forces Brigade. Also, west of the Bogatyr settlement, a Cossack armored vehicle was destroyed by UAVs, disrupting the rotation of personnel. It published footage of an FAB 3000 landing on a Ukrainian armed forces position in a forest belt in Sumy region. Kupiansk direction. Artillery and FPV drones of the 27th Brigade Guards destroy Ukrainian armed forces positions near Kupiansk. Soldiers under intense attack are leaving the positions. Dnipropetrovsk region. Russian fiber optic drones Prince Vandal of Novgorod are destroying equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine. The crews of the attacked armored vehicles and pickups are being tracked, and several more attack drones are sent in their direction. Footage of the 57th Guards Motorized Rifle Brigade of the 5th Army's assault units liberating the village of Shevchenko. Here we see a motorcyclist racing through a minefield and motorized infantry dismounting from MTLB vehicles, running toward buildings, and then rushing to clear the area. The footage also shows men who were unlucky enough not to surrender or evacuate the village in time. The strongholds of the 2nd Battalion of the 141st Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were destroyed by the 11th Guards Army of the Air Force and FABs of the Air Defense Forces. The Russian armed forces destroyed a temporary staging area belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces near Shevchenko in Donetsk.